When you think of military power in South Asia, your mind probably jumps to the long-standing rivalry between India and Pakistan. For decades, those two giants have owned the strategic conversation. But a quiet, yet massive, transformation is happening that could permanently change that picture. A country many see through the lens of diplomacy and trade is now making a hard pivot to military self-reliance. And it's happening faster than anyone expected. Bangladesh is moving beyond just buying weapons off the shelf. It's building a specialized, high-tech industrial hub, the Defense Economic Zone, with the goal of creating its own advanced military hardware. We're talking about a plan for everything from unmanned combat drones and advanced cyber systems to next-gen firearms and ammunition. In this video, we'll break down how this ambitious project, backed by a huge investment, is designed to turn Bangladesh from a vulnerable importer into a self-sufficient military force. And, most importantly, we'll analyze what this means for the fragile balance of power in one of the world's most vital strategic regions. To really get the scale of this ambition, you have to understand the pressure cooker Bangladesh is in. Geographically, it's in a tough neighborhood, squeezed between a regional superpower, India, and an increasingly assertive Myanmar. This has always created major strategic vulnerabilities. For years, Bangladesh has been a top global arms importer, depending heavily on foreign suppliers, mainly China, to equip its military. This dependency isn't just about money. It's a direct threat to national security. When you buy weapons, you also import reliance. Your military readiness can be held hostage by the political moods of other nations, possible sanctions, or global supply chain breakdowns. Every piece of maintenance, every upgrade, and every bullet depends on your supplier's goodwill. The big push for this change really started with the Force's Goal 2030 Modernization program, a huge national project that kicked off back in 2009. This plan was born from a harsh lesson in 2008 after a tense naval standoff with Myanmar exposed just how badly Bangladesh needed a stronger, more independent military. The goal was always to build a three-dimensional force, strong on land, at sea, and in the air. But just buying gear was only step one. On top of that, Bangladesh's strategic interests are growing. The Bay of Bengal isn't just a body of water. It's a vital artery for world trade and holds massive untapped energy reserves. To secure these maritime assets, protect shipping lanes, and project power, you need a naval and coastal force that isn't tied to foreign approval. The old model of just being a customer was unsustainable for a country with big economic and geopolitical dreams. The only logical next step was to start building. And that brings us to the Defense Economic Zone, or DEZ. This isn't just another industrial park. It's the foundation of Bangladesh's new dream of self-reliance. Spearheaded by the Bangladesh Economic Zones Authority, BEZA, with the army helping draft the policy, this project is a total rewire of the nation's defense thinking. The government has earmarked an estimated 15,000 crore Dhaka, that's about $1.2 billion for this massive project. The money will come from a mix of government funds, public-private partnerships, and, crucially, foreign direct investment. The message is clear: Bangladesh is open for business, but with a focus on tech transfer and joint ventures that benefit them. Several foreign governments and private defense companies have already shown serious interest. So what is the Defense Economic Zone actually supposed to produce? The focus is squarely on the tech that defines 21st century warfare. First, and most important, unmanned aerial vehicles, or drones. Bangladesh has already looked to acquire proven systems like Turkey's Bayraktar TB2, a combat drone that's made a name for itself in modern conflicts. But the long-term vision for the DEZ isn't just to buy, but to build. In a parallel move, there are reports that the Bangladesh Air Force is exploring a partnership with China to set up a UAV manufacturing plant, a milestone that would bring in critical know-how. These drones would provide everything from non-stop surveillance to precision strikes, completely changing the game for battlefield awareness. Second is cyber technology. The DEZ will aim to develop systems for electronic warfare, secure communications, and strong cyber defenses. In a world where wars are fought on digital networks, this is a must-have for protecting national infrastructure and military command systems. And finally, there's the production of arms and ammunition. The goal is to meet the domestic demand for all of Bangladesh's security forces, from the army, navy, and air force to the border guard and police, a market estimated to be worth around $700 million a year. This would ensure that in a crisis, Bangladesh's forces won't be worried about their ammo supplies running low. This whole initiative is part of the updated Forces Goal 2030, which has been revised to tackle modern threats. It's a plan that's not just about weapons, but about building an entire industrial ecosystem, creating a skilled workforce, and achieving what's called technological sovereignty. The ultimate aim is to turn Bangladesh into a net exporter of defense gear and a new player in the global arms market. This is where you can really see the game-changer idea come to life. The plan to establish the Defense Economic Zone has huge implications across military, geopolitical, and economic lines. Militarily, it signals a shift from a purely defensive stance to one of active deterrence. Perhaps the clearest hint of this new doctrine is Bangladesh's reported interest in acquiring the Chinese SY-400 ground-to-ground missile system. This is not a defensive weapon. With a potential range of up to 400 kilometers, the SY-400 would give Bangladesh a deep strike capability it has never had before. It means Bangladesh could threaten high-value targets, like enemy airfields and command centers, far beyond its borders. This kind of power fundamentally changes the strategic math for any potential rival. It could restore a sense of parity with Myanmar, which acquired a similar system, and complicates military planning for its much larger neighbor, India. Geopolitically, the DEZ is a masterclass in strategic balancing. While defense ties with China are still strong, with over 70% of major arms imports coming from Beijing, Bangladesh is actively diversifying its partners to avoid leaning too heavily on any one power. The growing relationship with Turkey is a perfect example. This includes not just interest in drones, but also armored vehicles and rocket systems, with talk of moving toward joint production. By building ties with these middle powers, Bangladesh is carving out a more independent foreign policy, navigating the intense rivalry between the US and China in the Indo-Pacific. This balancing act is becoming more important by the day. The United States has voiced growing concern over China's expanding military influence in the region. Washington has even used legislation to discourage countries from purchasing Chinese and Russian military equipment, sometimes with the threat of sanctions. By developing its own domestic production base, Bangladesh gives itself a critical buffer against these external pressures, ensuring its modernization isn't derailed by great power politics. Economically, the vision goes way beyond national defense. The DEZ is specifically designed to be an export-oriented hub. By using lower production costs and smart partnerships, Bangladesh hopes to become a competitive supplier of affordable defense solutions, especially for nations in the global south. This could turn the defense sector into a major engine for the national economy, creating high-tech jobs and bringing in a new wave of foreign investment. It also boosts Bangladesh's status as a top contributor to UN peacekeeping missions, where it could one day supply equipment and training to partner nations. Bangladesh is making a remarkable play. The journey from being a dependent arms importer to a self-reliant, export-focused defense producer is one of the boldest national projects in South Asia today. The Defense Economic Zone is the engine of this change, a strategic bet that aims to secure the nation as sovereignty, boost its military deterrence, and raise its profile on the world stage. This is about more than just building factories. It's about building a new identity as a proactive regional player that can shape its own future. While huge challenges are still ahead, from securing investment and closing the tech gap to navigating tricky regional politics, the direction is clear. Bangladesh is no longer satisfied being a piece on the board. It's positioning itself to be a player. But this all leads to a critical question. Will this defense zone truly launch Bangladesh into the league of regional powers? Or will its ambitions be checked by the immense strategic weight of its powerful neighbors? What's your think? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. And if you want more deep dives into shifting global power dynamics, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, The Dhaka Diplomat, and hit that bell icon so you never miss an update.